What is the history of the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC? Have you ever wondered how one person's experience can change the course of humanitarian efforts around the world? The story of the International Committee of the Red Cross, or ICRC, begins with Henri Dunant. In 1859, Dunant witnessed the aftermath of the Battle of Solferino in Italy. The sight of thousands of wounded soldiers left him deeply affected. This experience inspired him to write A Souvenir of Solferino, a book that called for better care for injured soldiers during war. In February 1863, Dunant and four others gathered in Geneva, Switzerland. This meeting marked the birth of what we now know as the ICRC. Among the founding members was Gustave Moynier, who later became the president of the organization. Their goal was clear: to protect and assist victims of armed conflict and to promote international humanitarian law. Later that year, in October, an international conference took place. 16 nations were represented, and they adopted key principles that would guide the ICRC's work. They also established the Red Cross on a white background as the international emblem for humanitarian aid. This symbol has become synonymous with compassion and assistance in times of crisis. The following year, the Geneva Convention of 1864 was signed. This agreement laid down rules for the protection of medical personnel and equipment during conflicts. It was a significant step towards ensuring that those who provide care in war zones could do so without fear of harm. As time passed, the ICRC expanded its role. It became central to developing and promoting international humanitarian law. The organization worked to ensure that governments and armed forces respected these principles. In 1919, the League of Red Cross Societies was formed, broadening the scope of humanitarian activities to include disaster relief and other emergencies. From an anthropological viewpoint, the history of the ICRC highlights how human behavior can lean towards altruism and pro-social actions. The organization shows how individuals and societies can unite to tackle shared humanitarian challenges. This often happens across national borders and political divides. The ICRC's work emphasizes the importance of international cooperation and the role of humanitarian organizations in shaping global norms related to conflict and disaster response. So, the next time you see the Red Cross symbol, remember its rich history and the compassionate spirit of Henri Dunant that sparked a movement dedicated to helping those in need.